Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of The Brett Allen Show, a pop culture video and podcast where we talk to your favorite actors, celebrities, directors, writers, anything involving pop culture. You will find us there. And today we have a very special guest. We are chatting with writer, director, producer Jorge Cano about Secret Scandal or Escandalo Secreto. My Spanish is a little shaky, but he's given me the thumbs up. This guy has done so much. My goodness, he's produced over 33 plus films. I mean, 17 countries in Latin America. I mean, just 33 years of experience, some films, televisions, over 2,000 commercials. He's won just a few awards here, an Emmy, and the list goes on and on. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, well, you can see all of his awards in the background, so very well deserved, my friend. Now, this movie, this series is on Distro television exclusively, which is one of many platforms jumping in on the streaming game. And I think the big picture in this conversation I would like to point out is that really, if you want to create content and you want to do something, there's really no excuse, right, to not create because the possibilities are unlimited. Is that a fairly true statement, I would say?
Actually, it's very fair. It's a true statement, and I have shared with all of my students that have gone through my workshops. Today, it's the easiest way to not only to create content because there's the technology is available pretty much to everyone, but also the way to distribute your own content. It's easier than ever before. So you are right on the spot.
Yeah. Now you do teach classes and you have students that come through and things like that. So I think that's great. I really love that when I talk to content creators, directors, writers who are also teachers because you have been through the ups and downs of the industry, which can sometimes not be very forgiving, and to be able to help people along. I love that, and I think this show is fantastic, absolutely spectacular. And this is again exclusively on Distro TV. If this is just funny, like there's a lot of happening in this show, so great work, my friend.
Thank you.
For those who have not absolutely watched it or had an opportunity to, can you let us in on a synopsis of what people can expect? Because it's just a lot of fun.
Sure. Well, this is a comedy that I created during the pandemic. And basically, what I wanted to do, Brad, I wanted to create something that we were going through, the way we're doing business, the way we were pretty much living. But I wanted to step away from the situation, the bad emotions that everyone was going through. So I decided to create it. Although it's an experience that is what we're going through, I wanted to add some comedy into it. And basically, what I wanted to do besides that, I wanted to showcase a message. I wanted to share a message with this movie, and the message is that no matter what the situation is, no matter how difficult times are, if we work together, there is always a way we can find the possibility to do something magical, such as this movie. As you can see, this movie has 20 some actors, very well known actors in their own countries from different parts of the world. uh, from Danny Trejo, Machete. I'm sure a lot of your viewers know who that is.
Yeah.
Main actors from Mexico, Platanito, Colombia. From the US, also Esther Anaya, Nitzia Chama, Lorena Herrera, Armando Hernandez, Alejandro Gutierrez, Lina Castillo, Nanis Ochoa, Alexandra Espina. There's tons of them. But the message was that despite of race, gender, inclusive language, if we work together, we can do something. We can do something magical, despite to the
Yeah.
fact that we couldn't go out of our homes because that was done during the pandemic. I found a way to be able to travel with some limitations, if I may, to the place of origin of every actor, sometimes in their houses, uh, despite to the fact that I need to be pretty much certified COVID-19 in order to be able to disinfect every all the equipment every day, and not only
Yeah.
do how to learn how to do the COVID immediate test of COVID-19. Uh, I mean, it was, of course, it was an obstacle, and if I may, it was of course an expense that I didn't have in mind, because back then every test was costing $150, and I was
Yeah.
doing between 10 and 20 per day. But we did what we needed to do in order to have it get it done. But my message is that despite of how difficult the situation is, together we can do things, wonderful things, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic, and I am so impressed by the fact that you're like able to get all of these people together. First of all, like so many actors with so many different schedules. I mean, everybody just I mean, and then you're by coastal, you're by country. I mean, it's insane. You're doing COVID tests. Again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of our conversation is that you know, if you want to do something, you can do it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really no excuse.
Right.
And even if you don't have money necessarily, I mean, everybody has a cell phone, you know, everybody has some sort of technology, I would say, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, you know, it doesn't matter. You can create content, and you are, I think, just a testimony to a lot of people who it would be inspiring, I think, because you did something really well and you got it all done. And of course, the message is a positive one as well. I would like to ask the question, if I might, because I'm very curious. How did you decide where to distribute this and how to get it on the platform, or did Distro TV come to you? Because I know they've been around for a while, but they've just recently been starting to get into the streaming game and compete with even some of these, you know, smaller platforms like Tubi and things like that. I think that's all very fascinating.
Great question. Well, yes, as you say, Distro TV has been around for about 3 years, almost 3 years in the Anglo market, and they just launched throughout Latin America worldwide with this movie on February 25th. And although I had different offers from various platforms, I decided to go with Distro TV for one reason. Well, many reasons. One of them, I mean, being uh, the top of the iceberg to launch it through Latin America was a great offer. Number one.
Hmm.
Number two, what I like about Distro is that in order to for you, because this is the new thing, and remark my words, Distro TV shows all of its programming with no subscription,
Yeah.
no registration, no fees, no credit cards. Just download the app and watch it for free.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that, and I know that's the new thing. You'll see more of that coming. People will start demanding free access programming,
Yeah.
which is the way it's supposed to be. But for whatever reason, it was at one point, and then it wasn't, and now it's coming back again. And I know it's a new thing. So when I just start talking to folks at Distro and they welcome me into their family, I thought it was a great match because I think we have the same vision. They share my vision, I share theirs, and that's how we came to an agreement and launched this movie at Distro TV.
Yeah, this is just a fantastic film. I mean, you guys just do such a great job. And yeah, I love the fact that you can download these apps. I know Pluto TV is another one, or Tubi. Uh,
Mhm.
Epix at one point was kind of doing that. Yeah, I mean, you spend hundreds of dollars a month on cable subscriptions, and I mean, I'm the first to tell you I have every freaking channel that you can have, and I still find myself sometimes like there's nothing to watch. You know what I'm saying? Or I
Yeah,
watch
I got you.
reruns, especially in a golden age right now where I feel people are just craving content, right? People want to watch things, and we need good entertainment. This is so good. Hats off to you. Well, a
Thank you.
question I absolutely, sir. A question I always like to ask everybody that comes on as a creative is, what was it that interested you in becoming a storyteller? What made you decide? Because you've been at this for a very long time.
Well, I've been doing it for 35 years, and At the very beginning of my career, I started creating stories, which it did. I noticed an impact, not only, for example, on marketing. It was on immediate responses. So I got a lot of those, and I got some international recognition at the very beginning. Although I
Yeah.
gotta tell you, uh, it's been a wild ride, but it took me almost 20 some years to perfection the way I tell a story. So you can get an idea. On the first 20 years of my career, I won an approximity of 10 international awards. But in the last 8 years, I have won 19. So it took me that long to really perfection that. The way I used to tell stories at the early age, people seem to be very fond of them. They like how
Yeah.
I told the story, and one day, as a very young age, I remember I watched a movie that I have seen before, but I was paying attention on trying to figure out how they did it, and
Yeah.
uh, and I went with my mother, and I remember going back home. I was thinking about it, and she saw my thoughts. I guess so. She saw me were like very concentrated on what I was thinking. And she asked me, what are you thinking?" And I said, "No, I'm just thinking what I'm gonna do when I grow up. What do you want to do when you grow up?" She asked me, and I said, "I want to be a director." I didn't have any idea how, when, why. I didn't have no idea, but I knew what I wanted to do. Although I went to study business administration and other things, and it was pretty difficult to get into the film industry, and that's why now that I have reached a certain point of success, I teach everything that I learned through 35 years of in my 33 years of career. I teach to the new generations not only the standards of the industry, my formulas, but my secrets, so they can make it happen in a less period of time. If I had a mentor 35 years ago, believe me, in 15 years I would have accomplished a lot more than what I have
Wow.
accomplished in 30 years. So that's what I do with the new generation, because I want them to really learn. Because I see every day that people are always creating content every day, but they don't necessarily monetize. So
Yeah.
so I teach them how to not only how to do it right, how to use the formula, the successful formula for any type of content, but to monetize. Because like I said, it's a shame that if they have that talent, and it's not that they cannot make it. If I can make it, they can make it for sure. The problem is that they don't know the path, and that's what I like to teach them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've heard folks like yourself and others, even in college these days, they offer classes on this type of thing, or they might do a class on like a just a one particular celebrity. Like I understand at NYU, there's like a whole course class on like Taylor Swift and all this other stuff on the ins and outs of the industry and how to monetize the content and to really avoid the pitfalls. Because I think long gone, I mean, they're just I mean, it's hard to get any movie made, period, a good movie made, period. Uh, and if you don't have certain connections, it can be very challenging. Or, as you mentioned, if you don't know how to just monetize something, even if it's like Instagram or TikTok or whatever these platforms are, the fact that you're out there helping people sort of navigate, the mistakes that you've maybe made or seen other people
Mhm.
made, and you can go out there and help them. I think that's huge. And, we need, there's plenty of food at the table, right? For content
Right.
creators. Yeah.
Right. Totally agree with you. No, and I appreciate that, Brad. But yeah, that's the name of the game. I mean, my only advice to all those newcomers or people that are already in the industry, and they want to make it faster, um, I think learning knowledge from others is wonderful, and that will help you a lot. But let's not confuse knowledge. Knowledge is not to learn a subject and teach it. Knowledge is not the knowledge is to learn the subject, obviously, but to have done the work,
Yeah.
mistakes, success, all that, it's knowledge. Because I mean, in schools, for example, I know there's a lot of teachers that teach international business,
Yeah.
but they never had a business, not even a local business. So
Yeah.
that's to me, it's like what, no. So I think learning from knowledgeable people that have gone through the path, it will help you a lot. That's my advice.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, did you even have a lemonade stand growing up? Nothing, right? You don't even know,
Right.
So, well, I tell you, this film is fantastic. Secret
Thank you.
Scandal, Escándalo Secreto with Jorge Cano. Please check it out. Distro TV. It's free. You could download it literally from the phone in your hand, and we'll actually link it in our notes here so people can come and connect to it. Thank you so much for your time, Jorge. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad. If you don't mind, I would love to share because I also help people and I give people. I'm a production consultant for other producers, directors.
Sure.
I will share my social media. You can find me on Instagram at Jorge Jorge Cano Cano TV. Jorge Cano TV.
Yes, and
And
we'll yeah, of course.
no, and thank you very much. Watch the movie. I invite you to watch. It's a very funny movie, a great comedy. It's although it's totally subtitled in English, everybody can watch it, but it's very funny. The dialogue is wonderful, and you guys gonna. I'm sure you're gonna have a good time watching this comedy. Definitely.